If you feel like you're behind in life, I think this video is for you. I'm 28 years old and I feel like I'm behind in life. Growing up, I did everything that my parents and my teachers at school told me to do. I studied hard, I went to uni, I got a degree, I got 2 degrees, and I had been working as a physical therapist in a hospital since 2020. Very recently I decided to quit my job and I've made a whole bunch of videos on why I've decided to do this on my channel. But at 28 I still feel a little bit behind. I feel like I realised all these things so late. I thought that education, I thought that going to uni was the most important thing, and that's because through school, through growing up, you're just brainwashed into believing that this is the way, this is the template, this is the standard cookie cutter program that you need to follow to get through life. That you can study hard in school, go to uni, get a degree, get a 9 to 5 job and work for 50 years before you retire at like 65, maybe 70. And if you're lucky, you live for another 10 years where you can retire and enjoy the rest of your life. Really short few years that you have left when you're old and you have the least energy and you're probably riddled with arthritis and disease. If you ask anyone who's extremely wealthy, billionaires who are in their later years, maybe their body is failing on them, maybe they're getting on a bit, they're older, they would give up all their wealth to be as healthy and as young as you are right now, if you are young and healthy watching this. You have a lot of problems in life until health becomes a problem, and then health is your only problem, if your health is not doing too well. But I want to just go back to the video now. I'm digressing a little bit. If you feel behind, know that I feel exactly the same way. I look back at my life and I think, if I had realised all of this Matrix stuff, if I had escaped the Matrix and taken the red pill earlier, at 18, imagine where I'd be. But let's be more practical. I probably would have gone to uni for the experience. So let's say I took the red pill at 21, which is when I wish to God that I had taken it, because then I could have started working on things, on my life, on setting myself up now, and I would probably be very wealthy. I'd probably be financially independent and be able to retire early at 28, or at least be close to that, heading up to 30. I started a YouTube channel in 2017 just to document my life, just to vlog things, and then I took a break from it, but it's still up now on my main channel. If you're interested, you can go check that out. I've restarted that and I'm now monetized again. But if I had taken it seriously and invested in production quality and treated it like a business from the start, like my friend Ali Abdaal, Lord knows where I'd be. I would probably not be still living with my parents. I would have my own place. I would be financially independent, and maybe I still would have worked the hospital job, but I wouldn't be struggling with money. I wouldn't be, like, I'm not completely broke, but I would be much more well off if I realised earlier. I would have been making money on ad revenue. I would probably be on a lot more subscribers than I am now, and I would be making money from sponsorships, and I probably would have everything would have clicked with the entrepreneur journey in my early to mid 20s. I went and did another degree from 21 to 23. And after that, I went and worked in the NHS, which is the National Health Service in the UK. And I worked a 9 to 5 job and I was absolutely miserable. Yeah, I did earn, a few years of a wage and I saved most of it, but even then it's just not enough for a house, and it never would be enough for a house. It never would be enough to carve a life for myself. And this is not a complaint, this is just me verbalizing my thoughts down into vlog format. I know someone who went to school with me, and I think he was pretty entrepreneur minded, but I wouldn't say he was any brighter than me. If we did an IQ test, I probably would have similar, if not higher IQ than him. And there's nothing extraordinary about him, but I mean, he's a lovely guy from what I remember. But I saw him a few years ago and he told me that he was a multi-millionaire by the age of 21, because he started a YouTube channel and he started posting for business. And now he's traveling the world, living his life. At 28, he's financially secure. He's got multiple properties. he's actually winning at life. And that's all because he started investing at 16. He was financially literate probably by 16 or 17. He took the red pill way back when, 12 years before, I mean, not 12 years, but maybe like 10 to 11 years before I'd even known that I was stuck in the Matrix. And I'm glad for him. It's actually a really good thing, because I wish I would have realised earlier these things that he realised. And I have another friend who you may know already, Ali Abdaal, who I don't know exactly when he escaped the Matrix. All I know is that he became a multimillionaire at 26 or 27, and now he's 30, and he's also winning at life. He's married to a lovely wife, and he's living in Hong Kong, and he works remotely, and he's a multimillionaire. And again, apart from his extreme, I mean, he's pretty intelligent, to be fair, probably has a very high IQ, and he went to Cambridge to study medicine. But again, I don't feel like, apart from that, I don't feel like there's anything absolutely extraordinary. I mean, his intelligence is pretty extraordinary, but in general, you got to think, like, why not you? Why not me? Why can't we have that life? And I think with him, he escaped the Matrix so early. He took the red pill so early. And I just feel like looking back on these two people, and there are so many other people in their, fewer people in their early 20s, but people in their mid to late 20s that are financially very well off. A small percentage of the population that are actually multimillionaires. And it's difficult because I know that's not everyone, but I know that there are those people who are out there who have everything that I strive to have. Like, I want not so much to be the richest guy so I can flex and have kudos. I don't care about that. I literally am fighting for my financial freedom because I want to go and buy a farm somewhere, live in the countryside with my wife and my kids, my future wife, my future kids, and have a little home gym. I don't even care about having the most complicated life. Like, I want a simple life with a family, but I want to live wherever I want to choose to live. And if I wanted to live abroad, I'd be able to live abroad. We'd be able to go on holiday and not worry about money. I don't really feel like I'm close just yet. I feel like I'm mentally out in the Matrix. Like, I've escaped mentally. I've taken the red pill, but now I have to start my journey at 28, which is later than I wish I would have started. I wish to God I would have started in my early 20s, even like early mid 20s. I would be so much further wrong now. And I know you can't look back, and you've got to be grateful for the time that you realise. Like, because I know 28 is still relatively young to realise. 27, 28 is when I realised that the Matrix is just absolute bullshit. But if I could have realised this earlier, I wish I would have. And I do feel behind, and maybe you're in a similar position. But I want to just make this video to encourage you that even though all this crap is what it is, it's never too late to change your life. There are people who make U-turns in their 30s, 40s. And especially if you're a man, I can't speak as a woman because I'm not a woman, but as a man, we peak later in life, right? We have this sticking point, this stick or twist, this point in our lives around late 20s, 27-ish, where we either choose to stay where we are and accept mediocrity, or we fight and we violently twist against the social norms that, society expects of us. And that happened to me. And maybe that's happening for you too. All I know is that I've quit my job, I've saved up some money, I'm pursuing content creation, modelling and entrepreneurship full-time. Modelling is my trump card. I'm very lucky to have it. I'm very grateful for it, for the face card. Like, I know some people, a lot of people won't be able to model, but I'm grateful for that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to create content. I'm still going to work hard, because that's all I've ever known in my life, is to work hard and to hustle, because I've never been handed anything. And I'm going for this entrepreneurship journey. I'm trying to sell stuff on Etsy. I'm already monetized on YouTube. And I'm taking steps to change my life because I'm not satisfied with where I am at the moment. And I know there are so many people ahead of me. But I think maybe it's a good thing, because it means that I'm going to fight twice as hard to try and catch up to what they're doing. But also fight twice as hard, 4 times as hard, to build the dream life that I want. So yeah, I hope this video has been insightful. I've just been kind of like rambling, and not really a rant, but a little bit of a ramble, that if you feel behind in life, don't worry, because I do as well. And there is plenty more time in this life to catch up if you take the right steps now. Catch you guys in the next one.